let's meet the teams. First, for Terry Fox, guard number 3, Ricardo Adams. Guard number 5, Diego Rodriguez Castro. Another guard, number 6, Corbin Lundquist. He's a forward, he's number 7, he's Gladen Johnson. Guard number 8, Marvin Reyes. Forward number 9, Ivan San Pedro. Guard number 10, Jesse Marchand. Another guard, number 11, Matthew Classen. Forward number 12, Declan Martin. Guard 13, Noah Gion. Guard number 14, Tyree Cabeza. He's a forward, he's number 15, he's Matthew Schneer. At center, number 20, Maxim Suchecki. Forward, 21, Zachary Golab. Forward, number 22, Caleb Bernies. Another forward, number 23, Jason Ekane. Guard number 25, Abhijit Marwaha. And finally, forward number 50, Joel Helen. Coaches Tony Scott, Rich Chambers, assistant coaches Bill Bryan, Ernie Vickers, Serge Chima. They are the Terry Fox Ravens. Now let's meet the Dover Bay Dolphins. Guard number 2, Braden Collins. Guard number 4, it's Landon Ross. He's a forward, he's number 5, he's Andre Zukov. At guard number 10, Frank Linder. Guard number 11, Joe Linder. Another guard, number 12, Arsh Shahal. Guard number 13, Van Suter. And another guard, 14, Evan Slater. Guard 21, Ahmed Eltahan. Guard 22, Justice Dowling. He's a guard, he's number 33, he's Dane Schmidt. And finally at center, number 34, Hudson True. Head coach Darren Seaman, assistant coaches Michael Linder, Curtis Slater, the Dover Bay Dolphins. The officials for tonight's semifinal game are Jeff Preet, Alex Krenenberg, and Laura Wortanen. Now at this time we ask you all to please rise, remove your hats, and join Rowan O'Callaghan in the singing of O Canada.
Oh And we are ready for the final game of Final Four Friday, 2025, the 79th annual BC Senior Boys Basketball Championships here from the best seats in the house at the Langley Events Center Arena Bowl. Howard Samura here with the play-by-play, the coach Paul Eberhard as well, along for what will be an incredible capper to 4 straight semifinal games. And Coach Ebe, who did it solo, the Han Solo version of the incredible 53-point performance by Dorian Golgovac of St. George's, came up short. Spectrum will go to the final.
And
will their rivals from Vancouver Island face them, or will these plucky, unflappable Terry Fox Ravens, the number 6 seed in their black with red trim, find a way to pull off a massive upset here?
I'm so glad you're back. I'm exhausted after that game.
I was listening to you do the last few minutes, Ebe, and there was so much energy right to the very end. And what a game, what an absolute classic you just called. Here's Suter for the Dolphins. Slater, they move it around the horn. They go to the big guy, Frank Linder. He was spectacular yesterday with 27. Slater bumped by Reyes. Connie challenging the shot by Linder. Tipped around, grabbed underneath the basket by Joe Linder. We'll get to him more in a moment. Slater puts up the 3 ball that doesn't fall. And Maxim Cichecki with that rebound to get the Ravens back on course here. First foray down the floor in this game. Corbin Lundquist out there, number 6. We'll get to all those starters. We'll name them all here as we go. Haven San Pedro now, number 9. Back he goes to Lundquist. A double figure day for him yesterday. He goes to the basket and he gets the first hoop of the night here. For these Fraser North number 1 Ravens, the number 6 seed. Of course, that 92-83 win over Vancouver College yesterday came by a 41-point performance from Reyes, the guard wearing number 8.
Yeah, he was on fire in that huge comeback against Vancouver College.
Yeah, and Coach Chambers said the best he shot it in 2 years. He was out of his mind.
He picked the right time to do that, didn't he? I mean, let's talk about that game briefly. They were down 20 points. 42-22. And they came over back and they won by like 10. It's an insane comeback. And they did it the first night too, didn't they? They got down as well.
They did as well. And yeah, they found a way to do it again. It was the 4th time they had played Vancouver College and lost the first 3.
I tell you, beating a team a 4th time is not easy.
Reyes testing the stroke from yesterday, just off the mark there. But the guy holding the ball right now and just giving it to the officials, Joe Linder, was unbelievable. He had 37 points yesterday. The Linder brothers had 64 points combined.
That's not bad.
Spencer McKay keeps sending me these DMs saying, who's the highest scoring brother combo of all time? Is it the Kelseys? Who is it? We don't know.
Interesting.
But that one might have been it yesterday. I mean, 64 points.
Well, let's not forget a certain trio of brothers that played for Nanaimo.
That's right. And shades of that karma in the air from 78.
Absolutely.
If there's a win here today, you know that there will be a Nanaimo team facing a Victoria team. The first time since 1977 or 78, whatever Nanaimo was, that there will be 2 Vancouver Island teams in the final. Underneath we go. Oh, my goodness. Suter trying to score against the big guy underneath, Cichecki.
Yeah, good defense there by Cichecki. He was straight up, no foul, and got the block shot.
6'8", grade 11, solid as a rock underneath.
And how young are these Ravens?
I know. We were just calling their games at the juniors when they won the BCs with the old professor in charge, and here he is again.
Old being the key.
The best dressed old coach ever in the history of Hoop Series.
Yeah, I always hate it when he's at the tournament when my teams are there, because then I become the second best dressed coach, right?
I love that, Eve. I love that. But there's Richie always putting on the suit and tie.
Nobody more dapper.
Nobody more dapper and loves the game so much. Here we go. Cichecki off the window.
6'8" center powered through on that one.
Yes, indeed. These Ravens are the defending BC Junior champs, the large score of this rotation. Underneath, it's Hudson Trude rocking the Bill Walton look underneath.
Great pass from Linder.
And the more I watch Joe Linder, the more I go, wow, that kid's only in grade 10. Cichecki underneath the basket, can't make it work, but the whistle blows. And he's going to get fouled on his way up.
Yeah, he did a good job of pump faking, getting the Dover Bay player in the air, and that's the second foul, I believe, on Hudson Trude. So he's going to have to come out now.
Sub coming up will be Zukov, number 5, who really worked into a nice 6-man role through various stages of this season. Here's Sachecki, just shy with the shot there.
Got a violation on the free throw shot by Terry Fox, so ball will be given to Dover Bay on the side.
5-2 the score for the Ravens early. I think people aren't talking about in that Vancouver College game is that Terry Fox scored 92 points yesterday, which
that's not the usual for them.
Yeah. So if you're thinking maybe it's going to be a grind, maybe it is going to be a defensive game, who knows, but they can score when they need to. Jump shot there from the baseline corner, falls shy, and we'll keep the score locked in here. There's Reyes. He was absolutely in command. Sachecki underneath the basket is going to get it to go. They're finding something on the maximum.
Yeah, obviously their scout plan, they want to go inside, and they're going inside strong every time.
Frank Linder, the gigantic steps, kicks it back out. Suter with the 3, doesn't go. Zukov there, trying to get that rebound. Sachecki getting called for the foul of the Ravens.
First foul on the Ravens.
First team foul for the Ravens.
Frank Linder again. Sachecki there. Slows him up just enough. Joe Linder almost got the board. Brother Frank gets it back here. Slater on the baseline. Kicks it back up top. Joe Linder, the high arcer.
Dover Bay really going to work on the boards, and that's going to be a second foul on Fox there.
Yeah, that's going to go against number 6 of the Ravens, Corbin Longquist.
Foul Terry Fox, 6, Longquist. That's his first.
Just can't get over the pace of that last game we just saw. It was just magnetic.
It was crazy. It's just crazy.
Just joining us.
How do you top that? I don't know.
Dorian Glogovich of St. George is in a losing cause with 53 points, ho-hum. Turnaround jump hook and a rattle home for Frank Linder.
Tough shot over top of Akani.
We just called Zaru Ibarra's game. He's off the UBC. He'll be teammates with Frank Linder next season.
And there, they're just feeding it inside to the big man, and he's feasting.
He is. I think that's is that 6 now for Sachecki?
Yes,
I think it is. Here's Suter. Frank Linder trying to beat Akani. Jump shot was there for Slater. A great shooter, couldn't make it go.
Oh, great pass.
Right down the floor to Longquist. He'll lay it up and in. Corbin Longquist, the guy that sneaks up on you. And timeout called on the floor. Longquist yesterday with 15 points was the second leading scorer on the team behind, of course, Reyes.
Yeah, the timeout was called there, and I think the referee thought he actually called it after they inbounded the ball, so he didn't blow the whistle. But then the buzzer went, and at that point you got to stop it and give them the timeout. And they're down 11-4.
Wow. So Terry Fox finding a way to keep the mojo working here.
And you see a big man going to work inside there on the replay.
Vancouver. TFSCTV.ca crew getting the incredible replays all for us packaged up here as we watch this one here. This nice jump hook off the window by Frank Linder in the paint. And Longquist will wrap it up. That led to the timeout on the floor. 11-4 the score, Terry Fox.
Well, Fox had a very slow start in their opening game, and they had a very slow start against College. Now they're doing the opposite.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's not a grade 12 on the floor for this team.
It is an amazing thing to see. Akani,
there's one grade 12 on the floor right now.
Is that long?
San Pedro, I think, is
San Pedro, yes.
He's only grade 12. They got grade 10s and grade 9, grade 11.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm telling you what, when Richie asked me to play us next year in an exhibition game, no way. I ain't playing this team. They destroy us.
Oh.
Joe Linder.
Joe Linder, though, out of the timeout. The short little jump shot there is going to fall. 11-6. Early stages, of course. Winner to get Spectrum tomorrow for the BC Championship. At Quad A.
And they've gone into a zone out of this timeout, has Dover Bay.
And we'll see how that...
deflected. Oh, he didn't have to do that. The ball was deflected.
saved it right into the hands of Joe Linder, who's going to make him pay. He comes right back down.
Joe Linder for
back-to-back buckets by Joe. It's a one-possession game. Expensive 2-3.
Yeah, look at that wingspan, eh?
Ikani measures one up, can't get it to fall. He was spectacular last year in the junior finals and has just kept it going into his senior varsity career. There's 3 in a row by Joe Linder.
Yeah, just what Coach Seaman would be hoping for, a 6-0 run out of the timeout.
Pulled it within 1, past the midway mark of this opening quarter. Longquist back to Reyes. San Pedro puts up the 3.
This zone is definitely giving Fox some trouble right now.
Frank Linder pumps it back to brother Joe. That's Joe's move, gets by Longquist, a sweet dish underneath the Zukov. Wasn't ready for the offering underneath. Subbing in for Terry Fox, number 21 is Zachary Golob, the 6'3" senior forward. Golob feeding Ikani. Jason Ikani blocked on his way to the basket by Linder.
And look at Linder run the other way.
Gets the ball right back, feeds Suter to step into the triple.
Yeah, that's a 9-0 run. Yeah, Coach Chambers beats the timeout. He's just asked for one.
13-11, first lead of the game here for these Dover Bay Dolphins under Nanaimo. Marvin Reyes back to Ikani.
Yeah, Coach Chambers going to talk in this timeout about what they're going to run offensively, as they're a little bit lost in this big zone that we're seeing from
Terry Fox.
the Dover Bay Dolphins.
So the first chess piece moved, another chess piece is going to move after this timeout. We'll see how that goes. Interesting though, going back to the 3A games today, there was a chance 2 Vancouver Island teams could have played in the final there. They both failed to make it out. So it's going to be Windsor and St. Thomas More in the final. But the Vancouver Island teams here could well do it. And so much talk about what it was like on Vancouver Island. I talked to, the NIMO coaches and stuff from back. It was an electric time. UVic was on the verge of starting their big run, and Oak Bay and the NIMO were the teams to beat in the late 70s eve. And this year we get that transplanted in the year 2025.
Well, and let's not forget too, you mentioned UVic. They were undefeated in league play. They were #1 in the country. Now they lost
finally,
in the semifinal. Yeah. I mean, they were even winning without Diego, who got injured. So they're playing the 3rd place game tonight, and they need to win that to get a wild card.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Because UBC's already in as the host, of course, and they're playing Calgary in the final. But look at that. You got 1, 2, and 3 in Quad A. You've got these super competitive teams in AAA, and you've got UVic all at the top.
It's pretty amazing scene right now.
The island is alive and well.
Yeah, loving their hoops, and great to see the ferry ride away here from Langley. Baseline, rejected by Chicheki, I believe, there on the baseline.
Yeah, good rotation.
Of course, we're seeing the net effect of the Rich Chambers timeout here, as Coach Ebe has mentioned, and we'll see it really illustrated when they go back down the floor. If Dover stays in that zone. Here's Slater for 3. He's going to knock it down. And these are the weapons starting to emerge. They all shoot the 3. So 16-11 now. 5-point lead, largest of the game for the Dolphins.
That's a 12-0 run.
.12-0 run, wow. And finally, Ikani is able to stop that one.
Yeah, that was much needed.
16-14 the score. That one left just shy of the rim. Look at Joe Linder. Again to Suter, who steps into the jump shot. So back-to-back
kills from the three-point line now.
Dover Bay.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday too. Just a ton of threes from this Dover Bay team. The Dover Bay's team threes, though, are not just whatever. They seem to come within the offense.
And I guess that's a traveling call. It looked to me like Golub had just caught the ball, but he must have shuffled his foot. because that's another turnover.
Frank Linder. Back up top again to Suter for 3, and this time he finally misses.
Now Terry Fox has stayed in man-to-man this whole quarter. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go to zone in the second quarter. Richie's got a variety of zones which are very effective.
They bring in Matthew Schneer now, number 15.
Another grade 10.
Another grade 10. Ooh, miss on the jump shot there as they try to see if it's going to stay with Terry Fox. Also out on the floor, whose name we haven't mentioned, Tyree Cabeza, number 14. So Schneer and Cabeza. There's Cabeza here. Reyes not getting any room to operate to get that shooting game going as he did yesterday. Joe
Looked
Linder.
to me like that ball was tipped out by Dover Bay. The
by Dover Linder.
Ref's checking, but partner didn't see it, so Dover's going to get a break there.
They definitely did. It was just a one-on-one matchup, and Linder just pulled it out of his hand and ripped it free. Here's Joe. Back up top, he goes to Slater. Now it's Frank Linder. Finding Zukov with a nice little pass as Zukov cuts to the basket.
Yeah, the double came at him, and he just kept his composure and flipped it for the easy layup.
And they'll stay in their zone, although is it a 1-2-1 now?
It's just a super active 2-3. It reminds me actually of the
Syracuse, yeah, I was just going to say, yeah.
Because they're so long in it, and their hands are so active, and Fox just doesn't have an answer for it right now.
Again, the 3 ball. And looks like, was that finished off underneath?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Joe Linder.
Linder got the offensive rebound and put it back.
Boy, Joe Linder is piling up the points again. Cabeza now to Schneer. It's intercepted there by Slater. He's going to get the ball back to Joe for 3.
See if they can get something in the break here.
They can't hang on to it as they get down the floor. And Dover, I mean, Terry Fox is lucky Dover's kind of quieted down from 3. They've missed about, I'd say, maybe 3 or 4 of their last 5 shots from beyond the arc.
They have. But it's interesting, after that quick 11-4 start, it's now a 19-3 run.
Wow. Coach Eade has the run meter in his head. It's amazing.
Just for coaching so long, man. And you know me and math, right? I'm good at my math. So.
23-14, there's a time on the floor. We'll keep it here as we see this Ravens team really needing a spark. And this is the kind of situation it was yesterday against Vancouver College when they just flipped the switch. I don't know that Dover is as flippable, a switchable team as that, but who knows, right?
Well, I mean, I think what college is a small team, and they run and shoot the 3 really well. So they play at a very fast pace, and they score a lot, but they also give up a lot. So much easier to make a run against a team that plays that fast. Dover doesn't quite play like that, right? They play a little bit more slow. They're bigger on defense. They push you back, and so you can't get those quick scores. So it's going to be a lot harder to come back against them. And let's be honest, I mean, they're defending champions too. And even though Terry Fox are defending champions in a way with the junior title, man, on this big scale in this arena in front of 3,000 people, that's tough if you're a grade 10 or 11, having not, it's tough, and they're used to it. So
that was a brilliant point you made about the fact that if Dover and Spectrum won at the start of the night, that you have 2 defending champions. I mean, it's just so absolutely bizarre that you'd see that you don't even think of it.
I can calmly predict that that's never happened before in BC high school basketball. I can pretty much
That's
predict
pretty
that.
amazing. That is pretty darn amazing. Yeah, I mean, for a AA team to have gone up and beaten a AAA team the next year, you'd have remembered that.
Now the shot clock didn't start, so they got to reset it. And Terry Fox has gone to their 1-3-1 zone now. Coach Chambers just trying to show something different here.
Longquist at the top here as they go into this 1-3-1. Linder finds it inside. Is there going to be space? He finds it immediately, goes right to the basket.
Yeah, Krzyzewski tried for the steal and didn't get it, and that's why they gave up a layup.
25-14. It's an 11-point lead, the largest of the game now for Dover Bay. Here's Reyes. Marvin inside, gets in the paint this time to do his dirty work.
And that was much better ball movement by Fox. 4 passes that time.
This time a hoisting shot from Slater for 3. Getting physical underneath the basket, and Frank Linder crashes to the deck. Terry Fox for 3 at the other side, can't get it to go. Linder didn't even move 2 feet. He just stood there, and he's got the ball again, and he lays it up and in.
Yeah, Fox had nobody back there in transition defense.
27-16, back to an 11-point lead. Longquist. And boy, Reyes would love to get in tune again from beyond the arc. Checky working hard.
Coach Chambers is going to talk to him right now. Basically, he's going to tell him, that 3 was open, but it was after 1 pass in the zone, and I think both coaches want them to move the ball more. If you saw that last possession, it was 3-4 passes, and they got a good shot. If that shot is there at the beginning of the shot clock, it'll be there 10 seconds later, but at least you're making the defense move a little bit. And I've been hearing Richie scream, move the ball.
I agree.
Terry Fox Ravens.
7 threes for Marvin Reyes yesterday. Wanting to recreate that as Krzyzewski does well from the free throw line to make it a 10-point game. Joe Linder meeting the head of that zone. It gets batted right back out to him. This time, big brother Frank will take the shot in and out, scramble for a loose ball right to Joy. It's incredible how he gets there all the time.
Yeah, he's so adept at chasing down those loose rebounds.
Deep one for Slater, knocks it down.
Evan Slater.
They have now hit more threes than we saw in the entire game, that Windsor game. This is just a 3 festival for the Dolphins.
Isn't that something? It's interesting that they're a 3-point shooting team in such huge batches, because they can play completely differently if they want to.
Yeah, and that's what makes them so tough, right?
Exactly.
San
Pedro inside, some point paints there for the Ravens. 11-point lead. To the corner they go. Slater feeling it this time. Too strong over the back iron. Linder, nice pass inside. Krzyzewski got there, and Trude, the veteran.
Yeah, what the ref's saying is that he brought his hands down and across him, and so that's going to be his 2nd foul.
So Hudson Trude now getting to the free throw line.
Now, one of the issues here is Dover Bay's hoisting a ton of threes. Not exactly hitting at a high percentage. However, they're getting all these loose rebounds and getting those 2nd and 3rd opportunities. And that's where defensively you're going to get in foul trouble, because you're out of position now. Fox has to do a much better job rebounding out of the zone.
So we'll see how that starts to affect things. A yielding result of that. Krzyzewski getting his fingertips on it, trying to squeeze it, just couldn't do it. Right in the neighborhood of Frank Linder.
And that's going to be a foul on Linder, his first.
Definitely one to keep an eye on with a berth in the BC Championship game on the line. Of course, Dover Bay, as he has alluded to, winning that AAA title last year. There's a 3-ball that comes close, doesn't go. Akani with a nice rebound.
That was much better ball movement that time by the Ravens. That was a good shot to have.
The words of the coach sinking in over that timeout. Here's Akani into the paint, recovers. Longquist. Shot clock at 12, still time here. Reyes down to 5 on the baseline, cutting to the basket, rejected. I think that was Frank Linder that came in.
It was indeed. Beautiful block shot there.
Schmidt, number 33 now in the game, and he finds Trude underneath the basket.
Yeah, Fox got lost in their zone there. Nobody was down low.
13 points is now the lead here for Dover Bay. First half moving fast. We're 6:38 to the break here. Golob trying to save it, crashing to the ground underneath the basket.
Yeah,
Chambers,
I thought he might do that because once again, they're just really struggling to get a good shot on offense. And I know you're not going to be happy with that missed rotation there on his own. 32-19. Dover Bay threatening to break it open a bit here.
It's been a fun week here, though, We've been watching the game, seeing some big upsets. Just the tournament just continues to deliver every year these incredible moments, whether you're in it or not, whether you're a player, coach, or you're a spectator, or a coach's team didn't get here and you're having fun watching the games.
Well, it's interesting. We have a bit of a tradition on the Wednesday where me and a bunch of my coaching buddies get together for breakfast at Ricky's at 7 a.m. Now, I am not an early morning person, so 7 a.m. means I'm getting up at 6. But I dragged my butt out the door and met with Bradley Thornhill and John Acuff and Larry Donahoe, and we were there for 2.5 hours.
That's beautiful.
It's just that's what's so special about this thing is all the relationships you build and all the people you see. Like I showed you that picture, Steve Nickel, who I went to school with at McGee, very good player and a very good basketball referee. Well, his father was the MVP of this tournament in 1955, and he's got his MVP trophy that I just took a picture of. Wow. How amazing is that, eh?
That's 55 is 70 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that is history. I mean, this is a 79th tournament.
Correct, yes, sir.
That was Super Bowl 9. Here we go. Inside, it's Joe Linder, displaced to the ball by the ball-hawking Ravens.
Just what they needed out of the timeout, a turnover.
Reyes with the basketball. Finding Golub, wants to feed the post. Instead, Checheki will do it to Akani, and they got to look to 23 to be more of a scorer.
Nice ball movement there. As Checheki stepped out to the short corner, and then nice fill by Akani to get that layout.
Van Suter. Signs there saying Van Suter is the shooter. Linder inside. That's a rocket to Hudson Trude. Akani in the neighborhood.
And they're going to call a foul there on Reyes. I thought he stripped him clean. But the weird thing about it is they're not going to give him a shooting foul. Which if you're going to call that foul, it sure looks to me like he was in his upward motion, but they're going to put it on the end line instead.
So Reyes getting his first. Three-pointer from Suter is off the mark. Dover Bay is leading by 11, but from a pure efficiency standpoint, they've missed a bunch of threes.
They really have. No,
they
really
went
have.
through a spell like this yesterday in their win against Holy Cross, and I said to Coach Seaman, were you thinking of change? He just said, no, they just keep shooting.
Yeah, it's the way they play.
Yeah.
Can't change now.
Here's Linder on the break. Trude. Nice hustle down court by Reyes and Akani. Underneath they go, trying to find Maxim underneath the basket.
Yeah, just a little too fast there. He wasn't able to stop in time and catch that. Couldn't take advantage of the Dover Bay turnover. They gave it right back to them.
The big man running the floor, you think by the time he's finished his high school career at the 2025-26 season, he's going to be some kind of a player. Back up top they go, Suter baseline corner. It's Joe Linder for three off the iron. Brother Frank had an arm on it for a second.
But once again, Fox can't come up with a rebound. However, it was a jump ball, and the possession will go to them, so they'll get it that way. They really need to take advantage of all these missed threes.
In the 5 minutes heading up to the half, a Terry Fox run would certainly put them in good stead for the second half. They certainly don't want to go the other direction right now. From their perspective, here's Checheki. High post pass to Akani, cutting on the baseline for the lay-in.
Classic high-low action.
Linder to Linder in the backcourt. It's Frank. Now to Slater. Deep three. And they put back, crashing the boards is Hudson Trude.
Dolphins.
Lead back to 11. This has been the comfort zone here for Dover in this half. They go to Reyes. Checheki muscling his way against Trude and building some confidence there. The big number 20.
Fox certainly looking more efficient now against the zone, but they just got to start cleaning up these defensive rebounds on all these misses.
That is picking a defense apart.
Yeah, no rebound on that one.
There's a brotherly connection and there's a great flair, obviously, in Joe Linder's game, and that's why Frank Linder just put together a a coaching clinic lay-in. Back up top to go to Longquist. Golub sees a lane and crashes it.
Wow, basket's good.
Really smart move there. He was going to shoot it. He saw the lane, and now he's got a chance for the old-fashioned way.
There you go.
Play from the line.
Zach Golub, the 6'3" senior. That's a highlight play in the first half for number 21. And he completes the three-point play, so Terry Fox gets it to 8 points with 3:42 left. It's their patented let's hang around kind of play here as they get back in the zone. Frank Linder cross court Slater. Frank draws a couple of Ravens and he goes to the other side of the court and they find Suter for the triple.
For three.
That's a long time between threes, but it was well timed because double-digit lead back is up to 11 again.
Once again, that good old 11 here. Inside they go with Connie. Baseline to Declan Martin, just checked into the game. High arcer is not going to go. Ikani punched at it underneath the hoop. Rich Chambers. 2:56 left here. Wrestling for that ball.
Yeah, Fox, they just can't get a clean rebound.
How about that story that Jason Winslade told me about how they weren't allowed to shoot threes? I don't know if you read that story.
Did.
So he would put his foot, Jason would put his foot when he played for Centennial on the three-point line, then shoot so he wouldn't get benched. I mean, but it really was the perfect example. I was searching for the one quote that would tell me how scared coaches were to use the three in 1984-85, and that was the perfect quote.
I remember when it came in, I was coaching at that time, even though I was like 19. I was coaching a junior team. And I remember when it came in, I was like, well, this is exciting. I was really excited to try it, and then I moved up to senior the next year, and we ended every quarter with a specific play that we tried to get a three-point shot. And I had Fraser Jefferson, so
Fraser Jefferson.
That helped a lot. But back then, like, you would play teams like Maple Ridge or they wouldn't shoot them because coaches were still trying to figure out, is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? You know, I showed my Highlanders the 1982 final. There's a good documentary on Brian Upson between West Van and Argyle. And they're watching, they're going, EB, like, why aren't they shooting that? Where's the line? I said, nope, that's not close enough. Like, it was all like literally 10 to 12 footers. And it just looked weird, right? Yeah, no, that was a great story because people a lot of coaches didn't believe in it. They didn't want their players shooting. And
now it's been embraced around the globe, and it's the signature shot of the game. And there we see
another one.
Bingo. I think we did the Joe Linder 3 proud with that workup we did to it.
Absolutely. We knew it was coming, right?
42-28, the 14-point lead now. They go inside to Akani, took a little shove, still got the shot off.
Yeah, they're definitely playing better offensively, but now they're getting lit up from the perimeter.
Well, Rich Chambers wanted the call there, but didn't get it. So they go to Linder here now to Dover Bay. Bullet, he is putting some mustard on those ones as we get ready for the baseball season. Here we go now with the Ravens. Going to cut back down to a single digit, potentially with a triple. Akani kicks it back outside. Right to the rack they go. That was San Pedro who couldn't score it. 1:52 remaining first half. Linder turns on the Jets. The explosion gets him to the rim. I believe this 14-point lead equals the largest of the half. On the baseline, Terry Fox finding a way. Golub's been energetic since coming off the pine. Another three. How many threes has Suter hit?
And you just have to love their philosophy because they don't care that they missed 8 or 9 in a row. right? They shoot it, they're going to shoot it all. It's a very Mike D'Antoni philosophy, right? Doesn't matter if you miss 10,
Yeah.
we're going to make them. And you got to have a lot of confidence to do that.
Yeah, they shot themselves out of a funk with the Joe Linder 3, now the Suter 3. Here's a runner. It's going to fall for San Pedro. Frank finds his brother
Another
Joe
one.
in the trailer. Oh, that one off the front line. Look at Trude battling underneath Linder. The garbage man underneath will lay it up and in.
Linder.
Only
So-
a 1 second difference here. See if Fox holds for one shot.
15 points, largest out of the opening half. As Martin gives it up. Reyes tries to split the double, does. The beautiful sweet dish to Golub underneath, rejected by Linder.
And they took that shot early, so now Dover is going to have a chance to extend this lead even more.
Linder, big giant steps in the paint, finally gets it to go, doesn't fall, and that's going to do it. 15 points. Let's not forget they were down by 20 yesterday. So
they're right in the right where they want to be.
right where they got. They got them right where they want them, indeed. 49-34. Howard Smurl, Paul Eberhard here. Hope you enjoyed that opening half of our final Quad A semifinal here on the traditionally awesome Final Four Friday from the Langley Event Center. We'll be back in about 8 minutes' time with a second half. Back with more in a moment.
License number 156972. You must be 19 or older to purchase tickets. Big thanks to some of our tournament sponsors again this year. They include Molten Sports, Norton Rose Fulbright, PHL Financial, Primetime Sports, the Quinn Keast Foundation, returning TFSBB, Tourism Langley, the Township of Langley, Triple O's from White Spot, Vancouver Sports Pictures, VarsityLetters.ca, Feed, Credit Union, all proud sponsors of the 2025 79th Annual BC School Sports Boys Basketball Championships, all happening right here at the Langley Event Center.
Never was really part of a big union like LIUNA, encouraging you to get out there, get the training. It's a lot of support.
There's more integration and more of the First Nations communities to come here and get experience working, right? There's a lot of opportunity there.
We're all just like one huge family. It's been one of the best experiences of my life.
Howard Samura and Paul Eberhard back with you from the Langley Event Center. It's our final half of the evening. Terry Fox is Jason Akani. I hope that's a good sign if you're a Ravens fan as he connects on that quick early shot. 49-36 down to a 13-point deficit for the guys wearing the black jerseys here tonight. Hudson Trude, decisive move, gets a second opportunity, still can't get it to fall underneath, and Akani rips it away. Reyes slows it up. This time San Pedro, and that's now 0 for 6 from 3 for the Ravens. Akani with the offensive board underneath, and Jason Akani.
And that was the rare wide open three. You got to knock that one down. There was nobody near him.
First this quarter for the Dolphins.
Jason Akani yesterday, 14 free throw trips in the second half alone against Vancouver College. And really their whole offense turned around in the second half. Akani has got to get more involved and get to the free throw line. It's got to be a...
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
And a miss there, Akani. 12-point Dover Bay lead. Here's Joe Linder. Little dish to Trude. A lot of size inside there for the Ravens with Akani and Chicheki. And Reyes now back down the floor for the Ravens. Oh, a block and a takeaway right there of Akani by Linder.
Yeah, not only the skill to get the block, but then to get the control of it and catch it after.
That's a veteran player there in his senior season. Turn around and he gets that little hook to go. Trude trying to score. Chicheki doing his best to stay completely
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that call.
vertical.
I mean, he was pretty straight up. I'm not a big fan of that call. Richie going after the ref for that call, too.
It's going to send Hudson Trude, number 34, to the free throw line. You see him right there on your screen.
And that's 3 fouls on Chicheki.
And he is not a really replaceable kind of guy on that Ravens bench. They don't have another Chicheki sitting there to come in. Trude missing the second. So Akani with the rebound there, and quickly Reyes to San Pedro on the baseline. Ooh, that is Trude doing double duty at that end, getting down defensively and getting a stop.
Pinned it on the backboard.
Wow. Joe Linder, underneath he goes to Hudson. The reverse not going to go to Chicheki. Skies for the, is he getting called a gain?
No, he's not calling on Chicheki. He's calling it on Reyes. And that was a really, really late whistle.
Pedro, his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Chambers getting fired up, man.
David San Pedro, indeed, Ebe getting called for the foul. So Trude another 2 free
Yeah,
throws.
the referee just gave a warning to the Terry Fox bench. I can tell you that won't stop Richie, but, you know, good try. Tony Scott just getting in Richie's ear a little bit, just trying to settle him down.
So the good lead assistant there, got to get out there and make sure, take care of the skipper. Here we go with Terry Fox in the half court. 2 minutes into this second half. Ball starts to ping pong around, and it's going to be picked up by Longquist. He hits the deck.
And that's going to be a foul on Linder, or sorry, on, yeah, I think Linder, Joe Linder.
Fouled over Bay 11 and Joe Linder. That's his third personal foul, second team foul.
So 3 fouls on Joe Linder now. That's not inconsequential. Stepping into it, Reyes, who was letting them rain yesterday.
Yeah, he just can't get going. He's only got 2 points.
It definitely is a feast of famine from 41 points yesterday. Running hook won't go there for Frank Linder. Scooped up by Longquist. Reyes to San Pedro. Chicheki. Second time they've had that high-low action on the baseline.
Nice action there. Great pass from Chicheki.
So that is a 12-point lead now. Slater will step in with 3 and knock it down. He's a smooth shooter from the perimeter.
And that's so discouraging.
Alex
You know, you
Slater.
work so hard to get that little high-low action, and then 5 seconds later, they bang a three on you.
Slater, the Linders, and Suter on that floor, all ace three-point shooters. Here's Cichecki. Don't get in the way of that freight train.
Well, Terry Fox having good success when they give it to Cichecki at the high post area, and then he's finding guys, and they made a nice cut to get it back.
His second of the game, third of the quarter for Nova Bay. Cichecki shooting for the Ravens.
Terry Fox needs to leave no points on the floor here. Goes without saying, but go 0 for 2 like that.
Yeah, that hurts you.
Here's Linder, full speed down the court. Frank Cichecki stood his ground. The ball pops right out, and San Pedro now is going to score the easy bucket for the Ravens. Not too many of those for Terry Fox today.
For Terry Fox.
Fox chipping away, but there's Linder with the
It
run.
seems like every time they make a bit of a move to get him back, Dover just answers every time.
Joe Linder's, what he does well. It's for a grade 10, his runner is super reliable. There's a three ball, it's gonna fall for Corbin Longquist.
Longquist.
Is that their first three?
It would be, because they were 0 of 5 at the half, and they missed their first two. I think they're maybe 1 of 8 now in the game. Frank in traffic, can't get it to fall, but he draws the contact.
And I think that's going to be 4 on Cichecki.
Foul Terry Fox, number 20.
They'll bring Golub in for
That's his
Cichecki.
fourth personal foul.
Try and stem the tide, but
13
Just
foul
a
in the
little
quarter.
inexperience there. He didn't need to foul there. He walked into him with his arms, and you know when you got 3, you just got to be a lay off a little bit there, because now he's going to have to sit for probably 7 or 8 minutes.
And we'll see how everything else transpires, but the Sharks can circle here with the big man on the bench, and we'll see if Dover Bay just looks to cash in the paint just a little bit more here over the next little while. Here's Reyes. Golub sets a high screen. San Pedro to the basket, and he gets fouled on his way to the rim. That's going to be number 5, Andrei Zukov. Oh, I'm wrong. Is that not Zukov?
Foul Dover Bay, 13.
I'm pretty sure that's his first.
Nope, they're going to call it on number 13, Van Suter.
Oh, okay.
Other way, Terry Fox at the free throw line.
And one good news piece right now for Fox is that's their 4th team foul. So for the last 5:43, if they're aggressive and can get more contact, they're going to go to the free throw line for the rest of the quarter.
And they're going to have to hit their free throws too. Boy, they've missed 4. They've missed 4 straight there.
They have. That is tough.
Those ones will come back to bite you. Here's Frank Linder. Puts a move on Golub. Kicks it out to Suter for 3. That one doesn't miss by much. Look at Zukov working the glass. Linder too, just the motor keeps running. He's got the mismatch. He's going to take advantage of it. A miss there, and Longquist with a rebound. Terry Fox, from their perspective, got to get out of this pickle they're in right now. Trailing by 13, and that'll help. A 3. Nakani can't make that one fall. Linder back out to Suter. Into the lane, a nice dish underneath the Zukov. Number 5's doing the yeoman's work down low.
Yeah, and San Pedro had to foul him there, or he would have had a layup.
San Pedro, his second personal foul. 14th foul of the quarter for the Ravens. Looks like it'll be 5 Zukov shooting for Nova Bay.
Zukov at the free throw line.
Both teams struggling a little bit from the line here in this quarter.
Boy, not an oil painting here from 15 for either team as Zukov gets that second one to go. Back to 14. Back down the floor they go. Reyes. Oh, and a beautiful play there as Akani gets to the rim for the dunk.
Very, very poised there as he got his feet set.
Suter. His three's not going to go, and there's Golub working hard underneath, but Joe Linder's going to rip it away. Suter back to Frank Linder. Frank Linder lowers a shoulder underneath. Akani with a great job defensively. He's been asked to guard Frank Linder the whole night.
And that shot didn't hit the rim, so 16 on the shot clock here.
Joe Linder. Frank tries to muscle his way. It swirls in and out. He gets a second chance, and Akani. Is he going to get called for the foul underneath?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Just the law of averages. If you give up an offensive rebound to Frank Linder underneath, you're going to pay the price.
And I think this is the big takeaway right now is Terry Fox is having a tough time rebounding, especially the three ball. Every time they've missed the three ball, Dover Bay has got a majority of those rebounds, and eventually they're going to start making them, and they're going to get you in foul trouble. They just have to clean up that defensive glass.
Frank Linder.
Reyes. High post pass to Golub. He's going to get it back up top. Here's Reyes into the paint. That is a tough contested shot. It's not going to reach the iron, and it's going to give the Dolphins another opportunity. Frank's going to step back for three and knock it down.
They are relentless from that three.
Joe Linder. 3. For Dover Bay.
A three-point bucket that is like a knife to the heart there by Linder. Terry Fox muscling down low, can't get anything to fall. Dover Bay starting to flex the muscles here as Rich Chambers wants a timeout. Here's Linder for three.
And again, Dover's getting the rebound.
And Joe will cue up another one. Ooh, and here comes Joe. He's going to get called for the foul as he comes in on Reyes.
And that's his fourth.
Foul Dover Bay 11, Joe Linder. That's his fourth personal foul. 5 this quarter for the Dolphins.
2:58 remaining in the third quarter.
8 Reyes.
Joe Linder with his fourth foul. Well, it was announced on the air. How official can we make it? Richard Chambers did indeed ask for the timeout.
Fans, a big thanks to our friends at Fitness.
And then they weren't
for their
sure.
outstanding dedication.
I just, I want to get an idea from you, Eve, if you can help me out here. You know what? I'd love to find out what your thoughts are on this three-point attack of this Dover Bay team. There's teams that shoot it not with full integrity, but there's teams that do with integrity. And where do you put Dover Bay in that category?
Well, clearly they have a high level of confidence in their three-point shot, and you can just tell because if it's an open shot and a good shot and they miss it, they don't care. Like, they don't get bothered by it, and if they have the same shot, they're going to take it again. The great Doug Kelsey, when I was younger, growing up in Kerrsdale, the Kelsey brothers were legends. And I'll never forget what Doug Kelsey told me one day. He says to me, he said, I don't care if I miss 10 in a row because I'm going to make my next 10. And that's the mentality you have to have, and clearly they have that. And also with the three ball, remember, you don't have to shoot it at a 50% clip, right? Technically, 33% is kind of the minimum you need to sort of equal the two. But if you start getting above that, it's really hard to play against teams like that. And what Dover Bay does exceptionally well is they understand that they might only make 35, 36%, so therefore they need to get those big rebounds.
Yeah.
And that's what impresses me most, is they understand and know how to chase down those bigger rebounds. And so, if you shoot a three and miss it and you got a good shot at the board, why would you worry about missing it?
Doug Kelsey.
Point Grey Greyhound.
There you go.
Howard's older brother.
There you go.
Yeah, I missed 10. I'm going to make my next 10, baby.
Paul Eberhardt, the coach, with us, of course, as our analyst here on the broadcast. And What a great follow right there by
Linder.
Frank Linder. We're talking about their three-point shooting game, but they love to get down and dirty in the paint as well. Linder with the deuce underneath. Here's Akani, challenged at the rim. Can't get that to go in. Trude will rip it away. Quick outlet pass now to Linder. Back up top, they go to Slater. Off the front of the iron. Nice job there by
Yeah, and you see what happens,
Reyes.
right? They chased down the big rebound that time, and then they had a 2-on-1. So they used it to their advantage. They just haven't done it enough.
Enough, yeah. There was instant results there, and Reyes loves to get out and run. 2:03 remaining in the third quarter. It's a 16-point lead. Ravens in desperate need of a stop and a make here. They get it from Akani quickly. They go down the floor, and Reyes is going to lay. Oh, he's going to miss the layup.
Yeah, he just got wrong-footed there. Oh, a terrible break for the Ravens.
And here's Linder. Ravens catch a break. Linder shoots early in the shot clock, and not the best three he shot in his life. Akani from 15. That needed to go for Terry Fox. That's 4 points they needed to add to their total to try and climb back into this thing. Linder. Can't give Frank Linder too many chances as he turns around and finishes with the left hand.
Well, and you can see now, too, Terry Fox is short on all their shots, and that's usually a sign of fatigue.
Yeah.
You're not getting your legs into it. You just don't have the same level of oomph that they had the last two nights. You can see they're quite tired right now.
Get 10, Frank Linder shooting one.
Certainly not a prerequisite for a coach, but when your coach is an ultra marathoner, I mean, maybe that's going to help your training ideals, which Darren Seaman is for these Dover Bay Dolphins. So,
hey, you know, when I was coaching at Palmer, we did a little training camp up at Quest University, and we did like a 2-mile run in the morning.
yeah.
And I was right there in the car following. That was my fitness regime.
I'd be in the back seat eating popcorn.
Then they
if I
climbed
was
the chief. They climbed the chief, and I was in Starbucks having a coffee.
in the half court. Tip, but recovered. Reyes to the corner. Longquist for the three. And you're right about the short shots. They're all falling
they're
shy.
just tired.
Terry Fox legs on the jump shots as Linder battles inside. Hudson Trude couldn't get the finish. But they're going to get contact as Suter, relentless on the other side of the board.
Yeah, and you can really see the effects of Sachecki picking up that fourth foul.
Yeah.
And
Fouls
Coach
on the
Chambers
Ravens,
just said,
number
you know
12,
what,
Martin,
enough, I
his
got to put him back in.
second foul.
So they're going to risk him fouling out, even with 40 seconds to go, because they're just not
Looks like
getting
number
any rebounds
13
at this
in your
point.
program.
Yeah, a pretty
Suter
valuable guy in a
shooting for
game like
Dover Bay.
this as Akani will take a break and Sachecki back into the game now.
Now, I get why they're putting him back in, but for me, with only 40 seconds left, I think I would have waited
Wait till
the
fourth quarter, yeah.
So I sure hope he doesn't pick up one here.
Suter at the free throw line. Gladen Johnson will check into the game now, number 7, his first action of the game. He'll check in for Corbin Longquist. 20 points to lead right now. Reyes, high post pass to Johnson. Sachecki from the high post. Johnson. Turnaround shot.
You got 3 seconds and to shoot, but it's not going to matter if it goes out of bounds.
Johnson getting some advice from Mitch Chambers. Ill-advised turnaround shot within the forest there, so got to move the ball around. Down to 10 seconds to go in this third quarter. The third quarter that is going to see the Dolphins build a 20-point lead with the Linders and company, and they will find themselves 10 minutes away from a berth in tomorrow's championship game against their arch rivals, the Spectrum Thunder of Victoria. 69-49 the score. We'll be back in a moment with the fourth quarter here from the Langley Event Center.
Vancouver Sports Pictures, proud sponsors of the 2025 79th Annual BC School Sports Boys Basketball Championships, all happening right here at the beautiful Langley Event Center.
Thanks to Francesco Cresa from the minor official stable getting us these box scores, and we are set to go here for this fourth quarter of play from the Langley Event Center's Arena Bowl. Of course, the Grand Championship Saturday set to tip off tomorrow, just past noon, I believe, with the 1A Championship. We'll cut them all the way down to the championship final Saturday night at 7:45.
St. John's and Unity Christian in that one.
In that one?
Final.
Well, Unity Christian, the Power, and of course, Jonathan Kidman, our good friend, normally on the 1A broadcast. I'm going to have to find a broadcast partner for 1A tomorrow morning.
You know, somehow I think he's okay not doing the broadcast.
I said to him, you're not doing the broadcast with me this year.
Remember last year, I didn't want to do the broadcast with you at the final either.
Exactly.
But Spectrum made me.
That was a tough one for West Van last year, but a great run nonetheless. Here's Suter with the three, and he will get the fourth quarter off on just that kind of a note.
For 13, Suter.
72-49. The rearview mirror starting to reveal something about this game here in the fourth quarter. Defensive rebound gobbled up there underneath by Dane Schmidt, number 33. And that three from the other side.
Oh, boy.
Evan Slater.
So Slater with the three. From the other side base. And right just like that, 75-49 the score. Tucheki will try the short jumper. Looked like Trude got a piece of it.
They're now 11 for 31 from three. Fox 1 for 10. That is a 30-point difference in three-point shooting.
Wow. And underneath, the Ravens find a way to score it.
Klassen.
It's Matthew Klassen getting the basket, his first action of the game. Suter, once again, they look for the three ball. This is Schmidt, Dane Schmidt from the baseline corner. Declan Martin with a miss. The same Terry Fox team we saw yesterday. Suter, the miss. Suter not, Rich Chambers not happy with the way things are going right now.
And he's going to take that timeout here. And I mean, you know, obviously Fox is not going to win this game.
Yeah.
Timeout.
But
Terry Fox.
and it's hard at this moment, right? Because you're so competitive and you want to win, and when you realize you haven't, it's pretty upsetting. But if you look objectively at what they've accomplished, with pretty much an all-grade 11 or 10 lineup, from where they were at the start of the year to where they are now, I mean, you know, Terry Fox Nation can be nothing but proud of this accomplishment.
It's amazing.
You know, making the Final Four, you know, with some incredible comebacks against higher-ranked teams. I mean, it really, really bodes well for them in the future because, of course, Brad and Mark, coaching their junior team, also made the Final Four at the junior provincial.
They certainly did.
You know, Fox is, without question, back and in fine form.
Yeah, they're going to get a steady stream of play. I mean, that senior team next year, their senior team next year is going to be a team to be reckoned with.
Yes.
Just from the intangibles aspect alone. And then you're bringing together guys that are maturing, and I think Akani and Reyes and company will be certainly a load for everybody. Tucheki as well.
Yeah, I mean,
what an exciting summer that kid can have in terms of body transformation and all the stuff that can make him a great player next year. But Dover Bay, it's their time, and they are as you said, Ebe, on the verge of becoming the first, or creating the first Saturday championship final between two defending champions. Dover Bay playing at the 3A level last year. There's Akani. That's a tough shot to try and make, and Jason Akani makes it happen.
And it looks like Fox has gone back to man now.
Move inside the paint there by Frank Linder.
Yeah, it was a good defensive rotation by Joel Pellin, and that caused the foul. 3 team fouls on Dover Bay in this quarter.
Dover Bay 34.
Mr. Pellin, who played with the junior team, I believe,
First team foul.
did a really good job with them. That one partially blocked the shot there by Reyes.
Not sure what that call was, but that's going to be
That's
going to be the 5th foul on Hudson Trude. I think after the shot was taken, he must have pushed the Fox player because he blocked the shot, I thought, but he must have pushed him after the shot, and he's going to foul out.
Trude not afraid to use them all. Zukov now in the game defending in the post. He comes on, stands strong on the baseline, and here come the Dolphins again. Suter off the mark there. Slater crashing the boards.
And just no hesitation. He actually does a really good job of getting his feet set, and his shot release is very quick. A lot of guys, after they catch, they try to gather. He gathers ahead of time, and he gets it off real quick, and he is not shy to let it fly.
Hey, you talk about guys that know their roles. When you have the Linders, Eve, that can create so many great things for your team, to have dead-eye three-point shooters like Slater and Suter is a huge...
And you're right, you said it best. They all know what their roles are. And that's a tough thing to teach in high school.
Yeah, and Trude's another guy like that. He knows his role down in the block and in the paint and how energy helps this team, and he joins in that regard. Zukov comes in as a guy off the bench who wants to play some lockdown defense. He's undersized, but he's tough. Ooh. Linder slipped there, gets it back to Frank. And that one is going to teeter off and out. And that's a beautiful triple, knocked down from the baseline corner by Matthew Klassen.
A rare free ball for the Fox. Raymond's there.
Think about all the threes they hit yesterday. And seriously, a magical moment then for them. All came together in that big win over Vancouver College to create this moment. They pass out of the double team quickly.
Can I be honest? I left at halftime and went next door to watch the other game.
Oh,
I did. I thought it was over.
Yeah.
And then someone came and told me, and I came back and I was like, what? Amazing. I did.
You know what? Going between center court and Arena Bowl, if we could just read the future just a little bit, I would have taken the fun out of it. It would have been unbelievable. I missed the St. Patrick's loss yesterday. I missed a number of big ones. I missed the Mark Isfeld victory yesterday.
Oh, and that slugfest between STM and Pitt Meadows. Oh my God! I did that game. I called that game, and it was just like watching paint dry. It was just an old-fashioned slugfest.
Dover Bay.
Oh my goodness!
And Pitt, I mean, they were right there.
Yeah.
Right? You know,
They were.
I mean, you hold a team to 50 and you lose. Like, that's pretty discouraging.
That Pitt Meadows team had a lot of different ingredients on it. I thought it was pretty well put together.
It was the first I'd seen them play, and
Yeah.
I was like, man, these guys are physical.
Yeah, they were really, really physical. For a young coach, a 24-year-old coach. There were two. Who was the other one? I talked to two guys back-to-back on the first day when the 8 games in a row were happening, and both of them looked so young. The Richmond coach, Danilo.
Okay, so
Both he and the Pitt coach
Richmond coach was the MVP of the Richmond League when he played.
Oh, okay.
And then he came and played for me 1 year at Langara College.
Okay.
Daniel
Yeah.
Ashraf, I can't pronounce. I still
It's a
can't
long
pronounce
one.
his
Yeah,
last
yeah,
name.
yeah.
So he's a former alumni who would have graduated like 5 years ago. So he's a young dude. Yeah.
Both he and the pit coach are 24 years old, and they're here at the provincials. So I'm not going to say no. You know, hey, that's a good sign that these young coaches are here at the provincials.
I mean, truthfully though,
It's like a young Eve.
in high school sports right now, we need them.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're not having as many sort of committed teacher coaches that we've had in the past, and schools are struggling to find coaches. So it's nice to see these young guys that are really into it, and hopefully they'll stick with it.
We are at the midway mark of the fourth quarter, and it is a 23-point lead. And Akani is going to make it 21.
Yeah, nice pass inside there.
And one of those games you got to keep invested if you're Dover Bay. We'll see how long it is, but with 5 minutes to go, 4 of their 5 starters remain on the floor. The only one not there is the guy who fouled out of the game just recently, Hudson True.
Yeah, you know, if you're Coach Darren Seaman, at some point you kind of think to yourself, I'd like to get my guys some rest, because they're not a deep team. You know, especially after the war Spectrum went through, it would be nice to get his guys some kind of rest, but he can't quite do it yet because, of course, Fox will never quit.
That's right. Slater's shot. That one clearly short. Fox had some numbers and tried to make them work in their favor. They couldn't do it.
I think he heard the footsteps of Mr. Linder behind him. He was teeing him up to block him, and he threw it out of bounds.
Oh, my goodness. And a 4:16 left. Back up top. They cue up the 3 to Suter. And a nice rebound by Zukov. He's got some spring in his step. And he is able to finish it underneath. Diego San Castro now out there, number 5. He's got the basketball. Inside, he's going to lay it up, and then he's going to stuff himself into the statue.
Yeah, nice little step through for the grade 10 there.
As you're saying, we saw these players, a couple of these players on the JV team that finished in the Final Four last week and a half ago. Here's Frank Linder. He's going to put up a 3, and he's going to make it fall.
And I think Coach Seaman can get his starters out and get them rest now. That's pretty much going to do it.
24-point lead here. He will summon his bench. In mere moments, here they come. First to come into the game will be number 4, Landon Ross, 6'2", grade 11 guard.
And that's a rare 2-point attempt from Mr. Suter.
As well, Schmidt will come into the game.
Foul is 50.
A lot of subs coming in here with 2:38 remaining.
Yep, and then Linder's going to get out and get his rest. Frank is going to get his rest.
Shooting for Dover Bay.
It's very interesting. We've had so many instances where teams have played Mount Boucherie and said, I had to go on like whatever TikTok to get highlights. You know, I just wanted to get your thoughts again, Ebe, on this unique situation that clearly is in play for tomorrow with a 26-point lead and 2 minutes left and 2:38 left in this game. Is the night before these two teams, Spectrum and Dover Bay, potentially will play in a playoff, if that is going to happen, and we think it will. What work is there for the coaches to do? Like, what's the main thing when you know every nuance of the team?
It's so hard when you've played a team so many times.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point of the year, you do a little bit, a little less scouting, especially against the opponent you played a lot, and you focus more on, okay, what is it that we're going to do? Like, we need to impose our will on them.
Yes.
Right? Now, you still obviously have to have your scout and know what to look for, but when you played this many times, it really is about, like, for Dover Bay, it's going to be about them getting lots of threes off and knocking them down. And for Spectrum, it's going to be about rebounding, and rebounding.
Yeah.
So nothing really, nothing really too advanced because they just know each other so well. I don't know how many times they played.
I think it's like 5 times or something like that.
Right, it's almost like we're in a best-of-7 series now, right? And so you make little adjustments game to game, but really when it comes down to the final, you throw the ball up and you just want your team to play your strengths.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to make the difference in the end.
It should be fun to watch as we count down the final 2 minutes of this one.
And, I mean, let's face it, the pundits got it right. They were ranked 1 and 2 to start the year.
That's true.
In the fourth quarter.
As a matter of fact, except for the 3A, which we knew was going to be wild, the seeds are pretty much held for every other division.
Yeah, 3A, the wild card for sure. So right there, we do have the 1 and 2 seeds. So in the end, those did work out for the tournament
And I think in the 2A, I think it was 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
We're in the semifinals.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
So all of us coaches like to moan and complain about the draw. We always do it. But for the most part, I think the committee got it pretty right.
And St. John, as you say, will play in that 1A final tomorrow. Underneath they go. The lay-in is missed there by the Ravens' Zach Golub. That's a sweet hoop in transition. Landon Ross getting down the floor to make it a 32-point game. And we're going to hit 1 minute remaining.
Now, I'm gonna show my bias here a little bit. That's a nice steal there by Fox for the layup. You talked about the 1A, right? So I have a bias. John Kinman is such an amazing coach, but just an amazing guy. Like
his outreach with his kids and everything he does with the program.
And he is 1A basketball.
Yeah.
When we were trying to change the format and convince everybody we needed to do this championship Saturday, the 1A coaches were a little skeptical because they liked the little thing they had and they thought they'd get swallowed up. But Kinman was just relentless in telling them, no, we know what we're doing, trust us. And after 1 year here, and they started in the field house, they loved it.
Yeah.
And, John is just the biggest cheerleader for 1A ball, and he's worked so hard, and I'm just so excited for him to have a chance, and it's going to be a great game with Unity Christian. But I'm really happy for him. I think he really deserves it, and I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, no, I think that's terrific, and he's yeah, you're right about that. And being on the 1A broadcast, he wants to get the brand out there.
He does.
Yeah,
he absolutely does.
But he finally gets a chance to play in that championship
last year
game.
in the All-Star game, the 1A had never beaten the 2As. They had always got blown out. Last year, the 1As beat the 2As. Kenman was on the bench, and you would have thought he was coaching for a championship. He was running up like it was an All-Star game, and he was coaching his butt off. It was awesome.
Goodness. Well, that will start off the action tomorrow. Unity Christian against St. John of Vancouver. That's going to be a terrific basketball game. And, of course, the 2A, the 3A, and then the 4A will follow. It's going to be a terrific championship Saturday. And once again, we'll be here on the live stream. Coach Ebe and I set to do the 3A and the 4A final together. Coach Rich Chambers wants to talk to us with our headsets on. We could put the headsets on Richie as the game is ending, but we won't. It'll be a 30-point win as it stands right now. Could be even larger. That shot is off the mark. Terry Fox, though, nothing to be ashamed of. What a run they made here. Rallying back-to-back days and showing the heart of a champion
and they're
here.
They're going to play right to the buzzer as they score that hoop.
And their fans exalt every basket.
Dover Bay will dribble it out here.
And that's going to do it.
And
How
then we
about
got the
that?
all-island matchup. The all-island matchup that we thought was going to happen.
First time since the 1977-78 season when Nanaimo and Oak Bay.
I saw that game. That was at the Pacific Coliseum.
Wow.
I was in grade 8, I think. That was one of the, might have been the first one I saw. I remember that. That was amazing. Yeah, that's a long time ago.
It doesn't happen every year. I got a feeling I'm getting my 1 year off. But you know what? And you can call and complain. It's going to be a historic night here when these two great programs face each other tomorrow. Spectrum And Dover Bay, Nanaimo against Victoria, the All Vancouver Island final, will cap off our season at 7:45 tomorrow, right here on TFSETV.ca. If you want to get down here, it will be an incredible in-house experience here in Arena Bowl. If you can't do that, TFSE TV, the live stream is the place you gotta be, and it's going to be an exciting 4 games of basketball tomorrow.
Mr. Samura,
Yes.
never question you.
Linder.
1978, Nanaimo District led by John Gregg and Gerald Kazanowski topped Oak Bay 71-62.
Eve, you make me feel better. We make it official here from the Langley Event Center. With that, we will bid farewell for the night, and thank you for watching. Back with more action tomorrow right here from the Langley Event Center.
8:30 in the morning.